Welcome to a journey where passion meets discovery, and where every moment sparks curiosity in the mind of a true collector. Today's story is something that elevates excitement, ambition, and the thrill of hidden treasure. First up, let's step into a world of two but extraordinary pieces. Two USA 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial Quarter Dollar, a coin created to celebrate an unforgettable milestone in American history. This one coin represents a powerful moment, a patriotic celebration, and a collector's dream wrapped in precious metal and legacy. Next, imagine a time when the entire nation was preparing to honor 200 years of independence. The year was approaching fast, and the United States Mint decided to create something that would live forever. The result was the Bicentennial series, and this quarter became one of the shining symbols of that celebration. This coin was minted specifically to honor the 200th anniversary of freedom, courage, and the founding of a new nation. Every detail, from the bold dual date 1776 to 1976 to the iconic drummer boy design, carries a sense of meaning that goes beyond ordinary currency. The story of its creation began in the early 1970s. Artists from across the nation competed to design a coin that would reflect the heart of America. The winning design, created by Jack L. AHR, became a masterpiece recognized worldwide. That's why collectors value it so highly even today. The Bicentennial Quarter was not just made as money. It was made as a tribute. It was made as art. It was made as history you can hold in your hand. And that historical weight gives it a special level of value, importance, and emotional connection. Collectors love this coin because it marks a moment that cannot be repeated. Only during the bicentennial celebration were these quarters produced with two dates. That uniqueness gives your one coin the power to rise in desire and value in the eyes of passionate buyers. Another reason this coin becomes so valuable is the variety in which it was minted. Some came from circulation, others were struck in special collector sets, and a very limited number were created in silver. Those rare versions are the ones that can explode in price, catching the attention of top buyers and auction houses. Your single bicentennial quarter is part of that legendary movement. Its story alone motivates collectors, investors, and history lovers to search for it, compete for it, and pay premium prices for the right piece. Now, let's talk about why people consider it so valuable. It has the perfect combination: history, meaning, design, and a national celebration connected to every curve and detail. That emotional and historical bond is what pushes its value higher every year. Some rare types of the Bicentennial Quarter have reached powerful price levels. High-grade silver versions have crossed $6,000, and extraordinary error pieces have soared over $10,000 at specialty auctions. And when a coin carries deep historical symbolism, its potential can rise even further. Even a regular version, when kept safely, beautifully preserved, or graded at top condition, can fetch impressive amounts. Collectors are willing to pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars for the right condition, the right rarity, and the right visual strength. You can sell this coin to private collectors, online marketplaces, coin shows, or grading companies that specialize in high-value pieces. The best way to reach maximum potential is to keep it protected, store it carefully, and present it proudly. Should you keep it? Absolutely. Holding a bicentennial quarter is like holding a piece of the nation's celebration. Keeping it sealed, preserved, and safe can dramatically increase what buyers are willing to pay. The maximum price this coin can achieve depends on condition, rarity, and potential errors. A top-graded silver version or a rare striking variety can reach $15,000 or more in the right auction. And when interest rises, the value rises with it. This coin is a reminder that sometimes a small piece of metal carries a massive story. And when that story becomes powerful, its value becomes powerful with it. That is the true magic of your 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial Quarter Dollar. So let your motivation rise with this coin. Understand that one powerful piece can open doors to opportunity, passion, and even financial reward. Hold it with pride, for it represents far more than a quarter. It represents a celebration that the world still remembers. And that is the story of this single bicentennial treasure, a coin filled with spirit, filled with history, and filled with value, waiting to shine brighter in the hands of the right collector. Next coin, this is the USA 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial KennedyHalfDollar, a single coin that carries deep historical meaning, powerful symbolism, and real potential for value growth. This half-dollar was struck to honor America's 200th anniversary of independence, and its story is woven into both the nation's history and the world of numismatics. In 1976, the United States Mint issued this special design. Instead of the standard Kennedy reverse, the coin features Independence Hall, with a dual date 1776 to 1976, celebrating 2 centuries of freedom. Its production came from 3 different mints. The Philadelphia Mint struck clad circulation versions without a mint mark, while the Denver Mint produced large numbers of clad coins marked with a D. In addition, the San Francisco Mint made 2 special collector versions, a 40% silver version and a proof, also sometimes silver, version. The bulk of these half-dollars are copper-nickel clad coins, very familiar in appearance and weight, around 11.34 grams and 30.6 millimeters in diameter. The silver-clad versions, less common, were made for collectors and carry a different composition, about 40% silver, 60% copper, which gives them some intrinsic metal value too. Historically, the Kennedy half-dollar was first minted in 1964 after President John F. Kennedy's assassination, but the bicentennial version is unique because of its dual date and special design. The reverse design of Independence Hall was chosen through a public competition, and the winning design added a very patriotic and iconic feel to the coin. Because so many of the clad coins were struck, hundreds of millions from Philadelphia and Denver combined, common circulation examples are still not rare. However, what makes this coin so exciting to collectors is the existence of those less common versions, and especially rare error or high-grade pieces. When you look at the current value of a standard circulated bicentennial Kennedy half-dollar clad, many are still worth very close to their face value of 50 cents. In uncirculated, mint state, condition, clad specimens can be worth a few dollars. CoinTrackers estimates up to about $2.53 for some MS, mint state coins. If you have a graded MS-66 clad half-dollar, you can already see real collector value. One sold for $174.99 according to PCGS auction records. On platforms like price charting, MS-66 examples are listed around $94, with higher grades. MS-68, MS-69, reaching even more. But here's where the future potential and real motivation come in. The silver-clad, S-Mint, versions can go well beyond face value because they are made with 40% silver. In uncirculated form, these silver ones often list around $8 to $12, while proofs, especially high-grade proofs, are significantly more valuable. For the proof silver half-dollars, especially those graded in top conditions, PR69 or PR70D Cameo, auction records show really exciting numbers. According to value charts and numismatic guides, these could reach into the hundreds or even more, depending on rarity, grade, and demand. There are also very rare error varieties that dramatically increase value. Coins with double die mistakes, off-center strikes, or missing clad layers have been recorded selling for hundreds, and in very exceptional cases, even thousands of dollars. According to some numismatic sources, a double die error has fetched upwards of $5,200. On the silver proof side, one PCGS example, graded PR70 DSIM, Deep Cameo, has reportedly sold for $4,370 in the past. That shows just how powerful the ceiling for this coin can be. If you're holding the right version in excellent condition, you may be sitting on a real treasure. So, can it be valuable in the future? Absolutely. The bicentennial Kennedy half-dollar has multiple pathways to appreciate, through its silver versions, its proofs, and special error coins. As collectors become more educated and silver remains in demand, the most exceptional examples will continue to draw serious attention. The maximum realistic value for one single coin of this type could reach into the thousands of dollars, especially for rare errors or perfect graded silver proofs. Based on auction history, that's not speculation. It's already happened. Right now, a very well-preserved silver proof could be listed or sold for $250 to several thousand, depending on grade and rarity. Even if you don't own a super rare error, just the silver content plus collector interest might put a well-graded coin in a strong selling position. This is not a coin that only holds historical interest. It has real financial potential. For anyone watching, this is your moment to understand what you might have and to champion its possible worth. If you are holding one of these half-dollars, take care of it. Store it properly, don't expose it to harsh conditions, and consider getting it professionally graded if you believe it might be one of the rare varieties or in very high grade. You don't just own a coin, you own a piece of American legacy. You own a symbol of 200 years of history. By understanding its story, its minting, and its different versions, you can unlock real value. This coin can be a bridge between passion and profit, between memory and investment. And for someone with vision, that bridge leads to something powerful. So if you find yourself holding a 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar, remember, this is not just 50 cents. This is heritage, craftsmanship, and potential. Believe in its story. Believe in its future. And when the time is right, don't just spend it. Use it. Sell it. Share it. Turn that historical weight into real value. That's the incredible journey of one single bicentennial Kennedy half-dollar, from a symbol of freedom to a treasure in your hands.